Hey everybody, it's Steve Owens. I'm one of the tournament directors for the Tennessee Bass Nation Kayak Series, and this is the angler briefing for the 2024 Kentucky Lake event. This is our seventh event of the season, and we appreciate the support that you've all given this series. You've taken ownership of it and grown it. Obviously, you all know that if you don't show up and fish, we can't have a tournament series, and y'all have showed up very good at every event. Going to go ahead and get into the rules of this event. These are ones that you need to pay particularly close attention to for this event, in particular highlighting safety. We're fishing this weekend with the Clarksville area kayak fishing group as well as the West Tennessee Bass Yackers. Those are for those of you that are fishing the Tennessee Bass Nation and you aren't familiar with those clubs. What those two clubs are part of CAST. That's Kayak Angler Society of Tennessee, which is a grassroots series that's, I say we're probably going on about 10 years now. It's one of the more strong ones in the country, and we fish towards a state championship in it as well every year. So a lot of the anglers that fish all of these events are reciprocated anglers. They fish everything. So those links are in your Tourney X. If you're watching this and you haven't got signed up just yet, go to our Facebook page, click our Tourney X link, click in the shadow box right up there at the top, right under the Carl Black Chevrolet of Nashville logo, are two red links for you to register for each of those. If you would like to get some extra cash, if you place well in this event, then naturally you're going to place good in that one too. So reaching out and had been talking with Ben and Matt Skelton and some of the other anglers up there. So bad weather has been there. It's at low flood stage, but it's still at flood stage up there. We've got a lot of things that you all need to pay attention to make sure that we just want to make sure that you all get to do that. I apologize. I was adjusting my microphone here. It looked like it's a little loud. So this weekend, I'm going to read you what Ben posted. Ben's one of the better directors in our cast series, and they live up there. And so in that area, they fish a lot. So if you're fishing that event, this is your captain's meeting for the KFG Club too, because Ben has some busy stuff going on. So I'm just going to read you what he said here, and this will be your safety portion. Remember, if you have a motor, you have to have navigation lights as well as a 360 watt light. If you're launching before safe light, or if it's in stormy conditions, you're going to need to be well lit so people can see you. There's a high school tournament going on up here too, so be mindful of that. And if you don't have a motor and you're still launching before safe light conditions, you have to have a 360 watt light. All of that's in your rules that you need to download and familiarize yourself with. If you hadn't paid your dues for Tennessee Bass Nation this year, reach out to Daniel Davis or myself. So here's what Ben has to say with the safety that's going on right now. There's flooding. Watch out. The lakes are above summer pool. The current will be strong in the main lake area, so you may just want to avoid those altogether like we do at Pickwick sometimes. It's going to be raining tomorrow at some point. There is bad cell signal. So, that's not an app problem. That's just electronic problem. So make sure you get off the water to get your fish uploaded by the times that we give you in just a little bit. Wear your PFD at all times and be mindful of other boats. Listen out. Keep yourself out of danger. Not even if an area is wide open, if it's one to where you're not going to be able to get out of the way safely, then think about fishing in another place. This is a 5-fish bass limit with 12-inch minimum. See you guys to check in, and I'll get into that there as well. A lot of the roads leading to some of these boat ramps are impassable. Some of the boat ramps are at such a flood stage to where you probably could just sit in the parking lot and shove off there. So there is some nasty water, like dirty, unsanitary water in some areas I've gotten a report. So you're just really going to have to use good common sense and judgment for this tournament, not only for your safety, but getting to and from the spots as well. So I'll go ahead and get into the times for this event. Pre-fishing ends at about 7 p.m. today. Be making your way back to the ramp, get off the water. You've got to watch this video. If you've got any questions, reach out to us. Not understanding or knowing something does not mean that you can't get penalized for it, because you can. For Saturday, June the 1st, you're going to launch at 4:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All these times are Central Standard Time. Lines in is at 5. We're going to fish till 1 p.m. That's 8 hours, and that's lines out. And you have an hour to get somewhere to upload your fish. If we're currently trying to help you, then we will help you. But if you don't get your fish uploaded by 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, then you've lost them. 3:30, we're going to try to make it back to the Paris Landing area, and that address is 400 Lodge Road, Buchanan, Tennessee. The link will take you to the park area, and then we've included a graphic that will show you how to get there. So when you come off of the main road, you're going to turn down Lodge Road. You're going to turn left at the four-way stop onto Bridgeview, and then you're going to pass the pavilion up and circle back around and come up the rear end area. So the boundaries for this are Kentucky Lake. The Kentucky Dam is the north boundary. Anglers must launch south of the dam and north of I-40, but you may float, motor, paddle, or pedal to fish below 40, but you must take out back above 40. The boundary on the Duck River is the I-40. Lake Barkley Dam is the north boundary. Anglers must launch south of the dam, and the last launch is the Red River launch at Trice's Landing, Oak Street. Anglers may float, motor, paddle, pedal, fish past this launch point, but may not take out past the launch. You're going to have to come back up to Trice to take back out. No impoundment lakes can be fished. The water is high, so if you can float in and float back out, then you are allowed to do that. There's maps for all of that on here. Right now, we're in the low 40s in attendance. Kind of figured we'd have around 70-ish up there, but obviously the weather's probably pushing some people away. We are, again, a 5-fish tournament, 12-inch minimum. Catch board only at this point. We are reviewing the Yak Attack board, but it's not approved yet, so make sure that you're a catch board only. You're going to have a 3-digit identifier code that's going to be good for all 3 events. The Tennessee Bass Nation, the Clarksville, and the West Tennessee clubs we're all 3 going to use the same identifier. It can be written on your catch board, on your hand, on an identifier card somewhere, so long as that 3-digit code is in your picture. What you're fishing for here is the top 10 based off of standings are going to qualify for the state championship on Lake Guntersville in October. And from that, 10% of that field will make it to the Bassmaster Kayak Series Championship next year in March in the Texas area, or actually the state of Texas in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Carl Black Chevrolet Angler of the Year points are on the line too. Luke Graham has got a 998. That's about a perfect score for 4 events, with Matt Millard in second with 980, Chris Franklin with 967. Paul Armbruster at 965, and then Tyler Phillips at 945. That's your top 5. So a lot of pride going on. We appreciate you all supporting Carl Black Chevrolet. We've had a few people buy from them. That's really good. Sniper Marine has seen some more orders spike in their orders. We appreciate them being our big bass. As always, you support Dugout Bait and Tackle, our title sponsor through and through. No matter where you live, you all make the trip, or we shuttle things to you, and we appreciate you all doing that. So this wraps up again the meeting for Kentucky Lake. Just be safe, don't risk it. Get off the water if need be. If it's lightning and thundering and all that's rolling through, by all means get off the water. We'll try to update you. But we try not to send you a lot of messages because we don't want you to have to look down at your phone when it's unsafe or while you're trying to fish. So use good sound judgment. We've got a really experienced body of anglers in this series, so we appreciate you all typically always doing what you're supposed to do, and it makes our jobs easy. But again, look at our banners, reach out to those sponsors. We appreciate the support that y'all give us through them. And me and Sassy Dan, I'm going to go pick him up from work. We're going to head on up there. We'll see y'all tomorrow at the pavilion where we're going to give out some money, prizes, checks, and trophies. So y'all be safe and reach out to us if you got any questions. Thanks.